Hey, you guys. I realize that things have changed, stuff is going on differently. However, we're still doing my notes here on YouTube. So, not a whole lot's changed with my classroom. However, this time you're actually going to do the assignment on Google Classroom and then turn it in on Google Classroom. I hope everybody's staying safe. I miss you guys and can't wait for us to be able to get back together next year, I guess, next school year. And praying everybody is staying safe and washing your hands and not going out and getting sick. So I'm doing fine. If you hear a little bit of a congestion thing, remember I'm allergic to cats and I have 4 of them sitting around me at this moment. They think they run the world. Oh well. So love you guys. Take care. And we're moving on to the Aztecs. Okay, the Aztecs. Today, we're going to be studying about how the Aztecs built their empire. Now, in order for us to understand exactly what an empire is, we kind of have to understand what is a civilization. So, the first things that we need to understand the consensus of what scientists have claimed to be a civilization is that there must be urbanization, meaning there must be some form of a city. Social organization, they have to have a social structure uh, of some kind. Agriculture and art, they must be able to provide food for the people and they are able to express their ideas through art of some kind. It's not necessarily picture drawing, but it could be music, it could be any other form of art. Those are the principal indicators of of a civilization and which makes up a complex culture. If they are missing any part of those indicators of a civilization, then they are not a civilization. They just don't quite fit the standard. However, the Aztecs do. So we're going to talk about the Aztecs building an empire. So before that, I want you guys to kind of imagine if you lived in a village in southeastern Mexico that is ruled by the powerful Aztec Empire. Each year, your village must send the emperor many baskets of corn. Now, remember, corn is a staple crop for the people in all of Mesoamerica. We studied that when we were talking about the Mayas. And you also have to dig gold for him. So just imagine, you're not only just giving over your food, but you're having to dig for gold. One day, some pale, bearded stranger arrives by sea. They want to overthrow the emperor and they ask for your help. Should you help the strangers? Why or why not? Well, let's kind of think about this for just a second. Why would you want to help? Some of you guys may consider you don't want to give your corn away. That's your food. You need to help supply food for the village. You may also think about the fact you don't want to dig for gold anymore, not for somebody else. You want to be able to keep it for yourself. And change might make it easier on your life for you and your family. Those are some things to kind of consider. Let's also think about why would you not want to help? Some of you guys may think about you don't want to upset the emperor or the gods. What would happen if the pale-faced, bearded stranger lost? You would lose also, and you might end up losing what little bit of stuff you do have. And then there's this uncertainty. Would life be better if you overthrew the emperor? The strong Aztec Empire, founded in central Mexico in 1325, lasted until the Spanish conquest in 1521. Some things that you might want to consider while we're going through our 3 videos. How the Aztecs enlarged their empire over several centuries by conquering other groups. How did the Aztecs keep these conquered people from revolting? Those are a few things to kind of keep in mind while we're going through our lessons. Today's main idea is that the Aztecs built a rich and powerful empire in central Mexico. You might want to be able to recall about when did the Aztec Empire become the most powerful state in Mesoamerica? Why do you think merchants would make good spies for the emperor? How was war related to tribute? What goods were traded at the market? The Aztecs built an empire. Today's main idea is that the Aztecs built a rich and powerful empire in central Mexico. The first Aztecs were farmers who migrated from the north to Central America. Some people believe they came from the United States and what was most likely the Great Basin area further south. Finding the good farmland already occupied, they settled on a swampy island in the middle of Lake Texcoco. There in 1325, they began building their capital and conquering nearby towns. War was a key factor in the Aztecs' rise to power. The Aztecs fought fiercely and demanded tribute payments from the people they conquered. The cotton, gold, and food that poured in as a result became vital to their economy. The Aztecs also controlled a huge trade network. Merchants carried goods to and from all parts of the empire. Many merchants doubled as spies, keeping the rulers informed about what was happening in their lands. War, tribute, and trade made the Aztec Empire rich and strong. By the early 1400s, the Aztecs ruled the most powerful state in Mesoamerica. By 1519, the Aztecs ruled much of central Mexico. Nowhere was the empire's greatness more visible than in its capital, Tenochtitlan. To build this amazing island city, the Aztecs first had to overcome many geographic challenges. One problem was the difficulty getting to and from the city. Remember, Tenochtitlan was located in the center of a swampy area. The Aztecs addressed this challenge by building 3 wide causeways, raised roads across water or wet ground, to connect the island to the lakeshore. They also built canals that crisscrossed the city. The causeways and canals made travel and trade much easier. Tenochtitlan's island location also limited the amount of land available for farming. To solve this problem, the Aztecs created floating gardens called chinapas. They piled soil on top of large rafts, which they anchored to trees that stood in the water. There they grew the corn, beans, and squash that most people ate. The Aztecs made Tenochtitlan a truly magnificent city, home to some 200,000 people at its height. It had huge temples, a busy market, and a grand palace.